In Lakesh and Veritas, welcome to High Frequency Living Midday Pop-Up Meditation. I am going to give a moment so that I can get some verification that I can be heard. So as anybody comes into the chat, send me a thumbs up or I can hear you in the chat. So that way we know we're good to go. Alrighty. Get a mic check in the chat. Thank you very much. Perfect. And Lakesh and Veritas. Excellent, excellent. Today we're going to do abundance and prosperity meditation. I'm gonna run. Great. Nice to see you in the chat, Leslie. We're gonna run an abundance and prosperity meditation. We're gonna run it a couple of times so that we can get really deep. It's the abundance and prosperity meditation runs about 7 minutes or so. So I think what we're going to do this time is run it on a loop. So we should probably be expecting to be in the meditation for about close to 15 minutes. Greetings from New York, Terry. Love that. We got folks all over. We should do a city and state or town roll call just so we can see how connected we all are, although we're in different places. We're all meeting to do these group exercises. Oh, we got Tavares. Main man T. Alrighty. Lauren, where are you at? In Lakesh and Veritas. I know you're not. We're based in Atlanta, primarily, even though sometimes I do these from Florida, which I think I will be doing this weekend. I'll be doing it from Florida again. Leslie's in Oklahoma. Okay. Stacy, I know. I think I know. Stacy, you're here in Atlanta. Lauren's in Wisconsin. Now I say Atlanta. I use that very loosely. We're the closest big city is Atlanta. We're like all way out in the outskirts. Stephanie's in Virginia, and Lakesh and Veritas. Stephanie. All right, I want to let you all know something, and I'll repeat this again at the end. Just want to give a little overview of the current things going on and the upcoming things going on as far as engagements, classes, workshops, etc. Number one and primary, essentially every Sunday in the month, but at least the first 4 Sundays of every month, we have we have the light body movement. It's a subscription. It's on the Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's about an hour and a half or so. We do a group call. I call it like a little study group, kind of a get together where everybody who participates is working towards a goal together, guided by Tavares or Miss Laota, where the emphasis has been on a different chakra center each month. It is something that we think is a good tool to keep connected for all those who are all in different places, to be able to have something to work together and work towards and have a lot of some guidance and some opportunity for clarity, questions and answers, and things like that that are in the direction of the goal that everybody's working towards. The light body movement is pretty much every Sunday. It is a subscription based thing. So each month, it's a subscription of a $45 charge a month, and you have access to up to 4 weeks of light body each Sunday. But you also have access to the whole archive of all light body months that we've done up to now. So we're in August. If you subscribed tomorrow, today, yesterday, when you get your subscription welcome letter, in there is a Google Drive. And in that Google Drive, you will see July's classes each Sunday from July. You'll see June, you'll see May, and further on, as far back as it goes, you'll have access to all of the recordings from all the prior light body sessions as well. So it's a very great value. It's a lot of um, quality guidance, content, and also we do class materials, meditations. There's all kinds of different things in this Google Drive that you'll have access to. So that's something that, if nothing else, we highly encourage everyone to participate with. It's a light body subscription. Like I said, it's automated, $45 a month. You don't even have to think about it. That's a really cool one that's going on. We clearly do these kind of pop-ups, these meditations. We have today we're going to do abundance and prosperity. Wednesday we're going to have in Lakesh Studio One, Diane from in Lakesh Studio One. We're going to have her on, and she's going to guide us through specialty meditation through in Lakesh Studio One. So that's going to be awesome as well. We're going to have a breath work session. We're going to do Breath of Fire this Friday with Tavares. We did one this past Friday, which was amazing. A lot of great feedback and response from a lot of you who are in the chat right now. We're going to keep that ball rolling as well. And then potentially moving forward as well, so that we can kind of all work and grow towards real proficiency in our breath work as well. So those are things that are available and free. We have a Of the Sun live stream every Thursday at 12 noon, which you can, if you like, you can go to our channel, go to the live tab, and on the live tab, scroll through, and you'll see all of the archive of our lives that we've done. The Of the Sun live streams are literally action packed, amazing, so much value. You learn a lot, but you also are leave the leave the live stream with the idea that, oh, I need to go learn more, or I need to go find out more. So for those who want to do that, you can always set up a little consult, or you can set up a conversation. You can email us in whatever way you'd like to. You can DM us on social medias. You can email us at contact@OfTheSun. You can send in your questions via that email. You can send the questions in the live chats. We try to respond to as many as possible. You can also set up a free consult on ofthesun.com. That's OfTheSun.com. Set up a free consult. We can discuss, any insight that you like on what we're doing, why we're doing it, what steps you can take to participate, whether it be as a student or it be as a one-on-one client, or any other areas in which you can participate. So there's point of me saying all this is to say that there's plenty going on, plenty of opportunities to engage, explore, and all the things I've named right now are things of minimal commitment. So at the end of our meditation, we'll speak about some of the bigger things. I have some updates on some of the bigger classes that we have going on and the schedule for them. I have updates for everybody on that. So I know there's a few of us who have been looking forward to, already know you're taking the class, the Quantum Light Property Clearing class, and you're looking forward to understanding or knowing what the schedule is going to be for October. So I'll have that available for us um, at the end of the meditation as well. So stay tuned for that. All right. For everybody, let's go ahead and get comfortable, get ready, get yourself in maybe even get a sip of water. I'm not sure if you need that, but get comfortable. We're going to spend about close to 15 minutes in this meditation. So, in just a moment, we're going to get started. Stay tuned. Mhm. All righty. Let's do this.
In Lakesh and Veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude, everyone, welcome to Of the Sun's daily abundance and prosperity meditation. To achieve the highest level of effectiveness, we will begin by raising ourselves into the highest levels of elevation through brief energy hygiene practices, such as aligning with all that is, calling forth the highest possible vibration, the frequency of truth, and the divine feminine. And may we all begin by joining and taking a deep cleansing inhale, breathing in life, and allowing the life to inform all levels of our physical being. And on the exhale, releasing all anti-life, allowing the body to relax, shoulders dropping, loosening muscles in the arms, legs, and feet. Embracing stillness. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the frequency of truth? Shall we call to see the truth in all that we see? Shall we call to hear the truth in all that we hear? Shall we call to speak the truth in all that we say? Shall we call forth nothing less than the truth to come forward into our experience? Shall we call forth the power of the divine feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the divine feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the divine feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forward the allies of the Sun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the Sun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the Sun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive, and apply in-lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun collective. Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in-lakesh and veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in-lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in-lakesh and veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in-lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in-lakesh and veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. We thank you for joining our Abundance and Prosperity Meditation. In-lakesh and veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude, everyone, welcome to OfTheSun's daily Abundance and Prosperity Meditation. To achieve the highest level of effectiveness, we will begin by raising ourselves into the highest levels of elevation through brief energy hygiene practices, such as aligning with all that is, calling forth the highest possible vibration, the frequency of truth, and the divine feminine. And may we all begin by joining and taking a deep cleansing inhale, breathing in life, and allowing the life to inform all levels of our physical being. And on the exhale, releasing all anti-life, allowing the body to relax, shoulders dropping, loosening muscles in the arms, legs, and feet. Embracing stillness. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. we feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the frequency of truth? Shall we call to see the truth in all that we see? Shall we call to hear the truth in all that we hear? Shall we call to speak the truth in all that we say? Shall we call forth nothing less than the truth to come forward into our experience? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakesh and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakesh and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the Of the Sun collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakash and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. We thank you for joining our Abundance and Prosperity Meditation. You may join us daily to increase the field of your frequency bandwidth.
So it is. Is anybody taking advantage of doing this abundance and prosperity meditation regularly, daily? Share it in the chat if you do. Although we kind of rotate and stagger the different ones that we do, we highly encourage in the peace of your own time to do some abundance and prosperity. Do that for sure, along with the Ho'oponopono, along with some of the other meditations that are available as well. If you need access to pre-recorded meditations, for the time being, there are some meditations that are available to you via your Google Drive and in the light body movement or the classes that you're in. However, for ones who need access to some other meditations, you can just literally use these videos as the recording for to play it back to listen to it. You can just cue it up to the part that the meditation starts. It's a extremely useful tool that we have right at our fingertips whenever we need it. Stacy said, I do it twice a day, multiple times before and after the group sessions as well. Yes, yes, yes. I always make the joke that it's funny. It's like the more you get, I've seen because of my being blessed to be in close proximity to um, the ones who do this work consistently. Um, Example, Miss Laota, Tavares. I've seen that sometimes the more intensely you approach this work, your life becomes you're meditating half the day that you're awake. You're spending it in meditation or in some form of uh, energetic connections type work. It's so funny to me to see because I understand like the more you commit to your elevation and your growth, the more it requires of you, and it's a natural causing of disconnecting from the mundane world that we're in, so to say. And some of that is simply the intensity that it takes to call forth the frequencies we want. If we really, really, really want this abundance and prosperity, how intensely will we call for it? How much time are we willing to commit to it? Same for the Ho'oponopono, same for the divine feminine, divine masculine, same for calling for right thinking, calling for correction, any frequencies that we look to call for, calling for protection if we're in a situation where we feel that that's a frequency we need. Speaking of that, I will mention that uh, a cool kind of support thing that we have available are our frequency waters. So what happens is that we of the sun um, using very similar practices like what we're doing right now, where we call for a frequency of the sun puts into water certain frequencies that are valuable and needed for our navigating our evolution. So Of the Sun has a line of little waters that have been um, infused with, let's just say, frequencies. So we have, let's say, protection. You have the frequency of evolution. You have the frequency of love. You have the frequency of, you even have the whole Ponopono, though that whole the whole four frequencies together. We have quite a few different frequency waters. There's strength, there's courage, um, there's, man, I can't remember the exact number of frequencies there is, but there's a whole lot. And if you on the website and you kind of go to the product side, you can kind of see all the different frequencies that we have available. But one thing we do is we make those waters available because you can literally, when you identify, hey, I am I'm in a place of my growth where courage is one of the primary things that I need to work on or add to my bandwidth of who I am. One of the things you can do is you can get this water, and in your meditation, while you're calling for courage and you're visualizing what it looks like to be courageous, what courage looks like on you, what courage looks like in each different situation in your life. So it looks different for each person, and it also looks different in different situations. Is courage sometimes the courage to speak, or is courage sometimes the courage to act, or is it the courage to allow? Is it the courage to stand in your truth? Like whatever my courage looks like for you and in your life and what you're calling for, you can take that water and you can spray it in your mouth or in your field and literally add support to the work that you're doing for yourself and calling forth the frequency of courage. So I'm calling for courage. I'm doing my meditations for courage. I'm supporting myself by using these courage water to add it to my field or put it into my body literally. So it kind of like bumps up the work that you're doing for yourself, the frequency work we're doing. And everything is frequency. And one of the foundational principles that we operate from is that the ability for us to become the higher frequencies, call forth them, and then stay in that resonate high in these high frequencies will allow us to navigate through a lot of the things that are going to come our way along our path of our evolution or on our journey. So we call forth the frequencies, we be the frequencies, we understand them mentally, energetically, we know what they look like, we know what they feel like, we know what they look like on us, and then we have these support products that can kind of support us when we need that little bit of boost, when we need that. That's what the sun's whole purpose really is a support system. So it's an interesting tool that's available to everybody. Again, you can look at the website, you can kind of read through the different frequencies. You can see if something resonates with you. You can feel, you see if anything jumps out at you. Maybe you already know in your mind, as soon as you heard frequency waters, you probably already know what frequency you want or need. So just just a nugget, food for thought for everybody to who needs it or might want it. It's available. We have all different forms of support through the classes, through these kind of little sessions, and through products. So take advantage if you like to. One last thing I want to speak about before we wrap up is the quantum light property clearing class in October. I've, as of today, have clarity on what the schedule is going to look like for everybody who's going to be participating. So if you know for sure that you're participating, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at this is an intensive. It's going to run pretty much the whole month of October. What it's going to be is 2 classes a week over 4 weeks. So we're going to have one class during the week, one class on Saturday. So it's going to be basically a Wednesday and a Saturday for the first week. Second week, third week, and fourth week, which totals to 8 classes. We're going to do the classes in the evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, evening on the East. Sorry if it's not evening on the West. However, one thing we will make sure is that just like all of our other classes, you have access to your Google Drive where the recordings for all of each session, each class will be fully available to you. Um, the way we do it in consideration of everyone's life, we understand that we encourage everybody to be live for as much of the class as you can. However, for those who cannot, who might have to chime in a little late or jump out a little early, what we're going to do is these two things. One, like I shared, the recordings will be available, so you can, the next day or two, you can go back and listen to the little parts you missed, or just re-listen to the class in general so you can get your practice on and things like that. If you miss some notes, whatever it might be. But also, what we're going to do is, as each person reserves the class, we're going to give you our version of an itinerary that's going to kind of indicate what's the goal for each session. So each class, the first class on Wednesday being such and such, the second class on Saturday being the next, et cetera, like that. And then we're going to put on there what level of priority to be live there is. So some of the classes, we highly, highly will encourage you to be present for the live class and not listen to it later that night or the next day or whatever it might be. Because there's certain things that are going to happen, certain connections that might be being made energetically, certain things like that, that you will gain the most from being there live. So for those who have already reserved the class or already know that they will be reserving the class and intend to, then we will give you um, a kind of an illustration of what classes, what the schedule of the month will look like, what our focus for each day will be, and how high of a priority is for you to be in that class live versus listening to it in a pre-recorded setting. Um, as always, if you have any thoughts or questions or want to set up something to make sure that you can participate in that class and you want to take advantage of um, reserving it early and making sure you get some kind of special or discount or arrangement, reach out sooner the better. As we transition out of this month, we are pretty much going to be um, running the class at the regular price. So if you need to make an arrangement or you need to secure it early for a nice little discount or something along those lines, I would encourage you to reach out throughout the rest of this month. We're at the 18th now, so we probably got a couple weeks. I'd encourage you to reach out and at least start the conversation. Nichelle, Unlakesh, and Veritas, are there any possible classes for energy hygiene this side of the year? You're in luck, Nichelle. Our last class that we're going to do before quantum light property clearing in October will be energy hygiene. That class will be next month in September. That will be the only class we do next month. It will be energy hygiene, and it will be for the exact purpose of making sure the few people who needed to get their prerequisites in for the quantum light property clearing class, that they have the opportunity to get that last energy hygiene class in. I have calibration available for anybody who didn't take calibration, but you're trying to get your prerequisites in. I have that available pre-recorded. So again, reach out. Um, you can give a call directly at 203-308-6832. Again, that is 203-308-6832. You can give a call directly and we can make sure you have what you need to get into any of the classes you need to in preparation for quantum light property clearing. And also another cool thing we're going to do next month, while we're only running the one class, anybody who has missed One Mind or DNA for this month. I know, Nichelle, you're active in them, but anybody who has missed them, what we're going to do next month is we're going to make it available on a one-on-one basis for any last minute people who need to qualify with their prerequisites for the class. So my point is saying that we're going to do what we can on our side to make sure that everybody has what they need. However, the communication will be necessary from you. And the sooner the better. The less room we have to make things happen for you if you reach out to us last minute. So I'd encourage you, like I shared, give me a call, 203-308-6832, and we can literally get something set up. You can also send an email to contact@ofthesun.com with just asking for someone to reach out to you so that you can set something up. You can also, if you need a little more of a full scope of what's happening or how to get aligned with what's going on, you can set up a consultation. Go to ofthesun.com. On the home page, scroll down. There's something called a discovery call. That discovery call is free. Set it up. It's about 30 minutes. Book it for the soonest available that you can do, and we'll talk. We'll discuss getting you set up. We'll discuss a plan to make sure that you have what you need to be able to take advantage of the exciting things that are available. Thank you. I'm excited about that class. Thank you for the info. Absolutely, Nichelle. I'd encourage you, although I know you're active in those classes, go ahead and reach out to me so that we can kind of make sure that you have a setup for moving through September into October. And then right after October, Miss Laut is doing the soul translation class. So it's going to be jumping. There's a lot of exciting things going on, and I hope that everybody gets the opportunity to do what they're called to do. Do what's interesting and appealing to you, and then and we'll help out. We'll help make that happen. All right. I think this was a good talk, good meditation. Uh, Appreciate everybody spending the middle of the day with us. We will be back on Wednesday. We'll be featuring in Lakesh Studio One. So everybody, I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. I don't even know what she's gonna do yet, which meditation she's gonna do. She's gonna just surprise us. I'm sure that's what she's just gonna come in hot and give us something. She did say last week that she would do something. She would change it up from the Ho'oponopono because there's some other ones that are um, that she has available that she's excited to share as well. So I'm putting that out there. If you hear me in the Catch Studio on Diane, it's your call. You come in with what you got for us. It's all good. We're ready. We trust your guidance. All right. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to speaking to the ones who I need to concerning anything that's needed. And I will speak to you soon. In Lakesh and Veritas. In Lakesh and Veritas all. Have a great day.